Oh boy.
Oh, come on, Tesla. Welcome back, everyone. Today, Dad is reacting to Can You Fool a Self-Driving Car by Mark Rober.
And I'm doing this to see if Tesla's autopilot can be tricked, because it famously only relies on simple cameras to navigate the world, as opposed to much more expensive tech. In fact, we're out here today to run a bunch of tests in extreme conditions to see how those simple cameras on a Tesla stack up against other fancy cars that use more advanced technology. Wow! And the story of how I ended up as a crash test dummy in my own car.
I think we all are wondering these same kind of questions. What are the capabilities of these Tesla or autonomous driving vehicles in general to navigate the world? Can they do it as well as a human being can? There's like chaos theory in the world, and it's very difficult for engineers to try and anticipate all the different things that the world can throw at a vehicle. Humans obviously have a lot of trouble dealing with it because there are accidents every single day with humans, and I'm very curious to see how well these autonomous cars can handle various different trickery that he throws at them.
And so you can imagine there are some incredible real-world applications for this LiDAR technology. Like every day when your phone scans your face to unlock itself, or when archaeologists use it to find lost ancient cities from the sky, or for example, in cars. And as you might have guessed, this car automatically saved itself from crashing because it uses a LiDAR sensor, which, as you can imagine, would have saved Wile E. Coyote a lot of pain over the years. And the reason it works so well is because it's updating that point cloud of 640,000 laser measurements every second to the brain of this car, showing exactly what's in front of it. In fact, it works so well, as you can see here, I can maneuver all around these obstacles in real time with all the windows blacked out, looking just at that point cloud in a VR headset. Okay, easy bike guy. My Tesla on autopilot, however, only relies on simple cameras and its image processing to navigate the world. So to see if that tech is just too simple, we came up with a six-part LiDAR versus camera head-to-head face-off, culminating in...
So I think the obvious first question is, why would the Tesla only rely on cameras and not LiDAR? That just seems like, why wouldn't it rely on both? There must be some difficulty or challenges integrating both sets of information together, but I wouldn't really want to just trust the cameras at all. I mean, if the technology, even just to send a sound wave out, has been around for so many decades. You have LiDAR, why wouldn't you be constantly using it to know if you're going to crash into something?
In a history-making first, Tesla versus cartoon physics test. Okay, so we're starting out with a car with the LiDAR. First test is just kids standing in the road. Not sure why he's doing that. It's very unsafe, so we want to be extra careful. Okay, hit it. The testing speed was 40 miles an hour. Should have put my seatbelt on, which meant the LiDAR would have to detect the kid and then slam on the brakes at least 60 feet in front of him. And it turned out, that's all it needed. Now it was Tesla's turn. This is a terrible feeling driving straight at a kid, but it's just for science. All right, we are up to speed. And with just simple cameras, the Tesla was speeding fast. Oh no. But did detect the kid. Oh,
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Right away, who would ever trust the camera system? That was just awful. That's just terrible. The little kid's head is bouncing along on the pavement. Oh, rattles my faith in what's to come.
just not in time to fully hit the brakes.
Aye.
Oh no. He was even a Crunchlands fan. Now, if you're a Tesla owner, there is a silver lining, because we were relying on the automatic emergency braking system to stop for the car. And because it assumes the driver's paying full attention while fully driving the car, it only hits the brakes when it's 100% sure there's a problem in order to avoid false positives. So the alternative is to use autopilot, and that assumes the driver isn't paying much attention, and while the downside is you get way more phantom braking and false positives,
That was ridiculous.
the upside is you're less likely
Phantom braking and false positives. When he ran into the child, it was in a mode where there was supposed to be a driver that was monitoring the scene. And so it just assumes you're going to do a good job. I just feel like that's the whole point of just passive devices. They just save you from running little kids over and hitting people. It just seems like that should always be employed no matter what. Makes you really wonder about a Tesla.
likely to be charged with vehicular manslaughter. Because you can see here on autopilot, it actually stopped in time. So I decided to be nice and call the score 1-1, and then I'd be even nicer by using the more conservative autopilot on the Tesla for all the remaining tests. Such as this one, where we would now simulate the kid dashing out from behind a parked car using some clever engineering, giving the cars less than a second to identify the mannequin and stop themselves. Here we go, getting up to speed. Oh, a ball came out. I wonder why that happened. Oh, kid! Another life saved. Now it was the Tesla's turn on autopilot. 40 miles an hour, there goes the ball. And impressively, it stopped with plenty of room to spare. Good job, Tesla. Which meant we were all tied up heading into round 3, the fog round. Optically, with my own eyes, I can no longer see that there's a kid through this fog. The LiDAR has no issue. This will be interesting. Okay, here we go. Oh, wall of fog. So we plunged through the fog, coming to a very sudden break. Hey! After which we saw the mannequin was not only still standing, but it was casting a really cool long shadow, because the lasers don't pass through solid objects, just like how you can cast a long shadow with the sun, because light doesn't pass through solid objects. I don't have high hopes here, but would the kid look just as cool after the Tesla test? Oh, fudge!
Oh no.
I mean, Solo does make everything.
He clearly already understands the limitations of the camera, and that's why he's created this fog test. And boy, did it just work out perfectly. The Tesla with the camera-based system just can't see through the fog and doesn't see the person there versus the LiDAR, which knows there's a person there 100%.
It looks sort of cool, but that wasn't the only shot. I actually hit the brakes there. That was on autopilot. The cameras didn't even hit the brakes at all. The only thing still on is the pants. That was a bad one. And now that LiDAR had taken another W, it's time to make it rain! The next test would see if the cars could spot the kid under a torrential downpour made up of maybe too much water. This is really interesting. See, the Tesla can see the kid, but as soon as it starts raining, the kid is gone. And it was similar in the LiDAR car, where you first got a clear image of the kid and the shadow. And once we started the hose, oh, you see all the water going in. LiDAR might struggle here. Okay, here we go. And as the wall of water started, LiDAR seemed to not slow down at all. Until the last possible second. Another W. Now I just need the rain to stop. You know any good rain dances?
Just back up.
Oh, that's actually a good idea. Now that LiDAR had surprised me, it was time to see if Tesla could as well. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, come on, Tesla.
And sadly,
I mean, this is just not looking good. This is just one horribly injured child after another with just whatever they throw out in front of that camera. If you are depending on this autonomous driving system in your Tesla, just please stop immediately.
It did not. And though I did everything I could, yeah, he's no longer with us. So it was on to the penultimate round 5, where we had 6 of the brightest lights that money could buy simulate either sunset or sunrise, or a truck in the road having its bright lights on. Would these lights keep the cars from detecting the kid? Blinding trucker light test, let's go. The LiDAR could immediately see much more than my eyes could. When the lights turned on, oh, that's a bright light. Question remained if it would see the kid. Oh, come on, LiDAR. Oh! And it did it, no problem. Just always waits to the last minute. It gets me every time. That's very bright. Time to be blinded by the light. And it's true, these lights were so bright, I wouldn't have seen this kid on my own. And at this point, I really doubted that the Tesla could either. But when it pulled to a stop...
Hey, the Tesla made it.
Okay, we stopped for the kid with the bright light. A W for the Tesla. And that W meant these were the scores headed into the painted brick wall ultimate grand finale. Scientific papers have actually been written on this exact scenario, debating theoretically what the Tesla would do. But we were here once and for all to silence all the debates with cold, hard data. All right, so LiDAR is perfect and Tesla is 3 for 5. But as far as I'm concerned at this point, this one's the only one that matters. Oh my gosh, I can't believe we're gonna do this. All right, hit it. Now, as you can see as a human driver, while that looks sort of convincing, the image processing in our brains is advanced enough that we pick up on minor visual inconsistencies and we wouldn't hit it. And as for the LiDAR, it isn't looking at what image is printed on the wall. So this sort of just looks like a wall, which would make this the easiest test of the day. And as I suspected, Handled it with no problem. So the question was, would the Tesla detect and stop for this Wile E. Coyote-style painted wall that was hiding yet another child staring at nothing during what might be his last minutes on Earth?
The one way to test that hypothesis. I was actually supposed to go, but I chickened out. Oh.
The car may not know it's a wall,
But I know it's a wall. Everything in your body says, don't drive into a wall.
oh boy.
All right, here we go.
And so I steeled myself and accelerated the Tesla up to the 40 miles an hour. And as the wall crept closer and closer without moving an inch,
Holy
the
crap.
question was if the Tesla would detect it in time to step on the brakes. And it turned out...
Holy
Oh no!
So I can definitively say for the first time in the history of the
boy.
world, Tesla's optical camera system would absolutely smash through a fake wall.
Wow. Fail. I know a lot of people are already watching this. It's like 7 million or so. Definitely should shake everybody's foundation and their trust and belief in autonomous driving cars that rely on camera systems, and why Tesla doesn't have LiDAR incorporated into their autonomous driving mode. It's mind-boggling. Probably just a matter of cost, I assume. How could you even say that you have autonomous driving ability? I've been in a car, a Tesla before. It was, oh, I got an autonomous driving, but I'm supposed to just pay attention. But you could see how people would doze off, or they just would stop paying attention, or wow, Mark Rober, way to demonstrate the weaknesses of the camera-based system.
Without even a slight tap on the brakes. My heart is gonna beat out of my chest. Turns out my Tesla's more Wile E. Coyote and less Roadrunner. Sorry, little fella. Looks like we lost 2 arms and a head. Not sure that's salvageable. I think I might Uber home. LiDAR proved itself the superior car technology.
And for all those people thinking about careers in engineering, get yourself involved in some way as soon as you can. Get into your local robotics class or engineering design class at your high school or middle school. Join a club, a robotics club, and you'll start getting yourself introduced to all the wonderful things that engineering has to provide, and the problem solving and the success and the challenges that go along with it. Great video by Mark Rober. I love the information that was revealed about the Tesla. I think it was eye-opening to the entire audience, and millions of people now know that the autonomous driving mechanisms inside of Teslas based off of cameras are not to be trusted. I'll see you next time.